So you have recently been bitten by the shutter bug and can't wait to click those surreal photographs that inspired you to pick up the camera. The road to becoming a great photographer could be rough, but we are here to iron out the bumps for you. We have listed some of the must-have DSLR accessories, which we hope will help you if you have newly walked into the world of photography. But before that, if you are a gadget lover and want to stay up to date, don't forget to subscribe. When it comes to shooting on a consistent basis, it is inevitable that your camera is going to garner some sort of wear and tear. Whether it be in the form of body scuffs, peripheral damage, dirt and grime, or any other outside influencer, you are going to have to come to terms with the fact that eventually, the camera and its accessories are going to need a little bit of TLC. This is where photography-oriented cleaning kits come into play. While there are a number of different peripherals for cleaning the various components of your camera, the most widely understood maintenance that your camera should undergo is that of the sensory system. While it is not recommended that you tamper with the sensor or any of the internals of your camera unless you are comfortable, it goes without saying that the necessity of a clean sensor is imperative to the operation of your system overall. If a sensor has dirt, dust, microfibers, scratches, or anything of the sort, your photos will suffer in kind, so it is always a good idea to do some general upkeep to ensure things are cleaned well and running smoothly. While small in size, filters are one of the most important parts of an everyday photography setup. It is not very often that professional shooters brave the outdoor elements without some form of filter in front of their lenses, whether it be a glare-reducing neutral density ND filter or an anti-ultraviolet UV filter. While these two filter types are the most basic, they are a great starting point for photographers who are looking to cut down on unwanted glare, improve dynamic range, and shoot at lower apertures without the need to dial in exceedingly high shutter speeds. Among the various types of filters that are marketed for photographers far and wide, the UV and ND filters are a mainstay in every professional shooter's kit. To maintain a well-rounded resistance to less than desirable conditions, these two filters help to create a solution for those who will battle the adverse effects of sun, glare, and overexposed backgrounds that will often ruin a perfectly good set of photographs. ND filters are primarily utilized to darken the whole image, allowing photographers to shoot at lower shutter speeds while maintaining control over the exposed areas of the image. A UV filter, on the other hand, absorbs ultraviolet light and helps to reduce glare in your photos. As an aside, lens filters are also great for protecting the primary glass element on the front of your most prized lenses, serving as an invaluable inhibitor to irreparable damage caused by scrapes, hits, or drops. Whether you are a professional photographer who has decided to head outside of the studio for the day, or an enthusiast who spends most of your time shooting away from a power source, battery grips are one of the most essential pieces of kit for any creator. One of the biggest hindrances to travel, adventure, or day-long shoots is the inability to utilize a power outlet to recharge your vital, powered components during and after use. This is where the introduction of a great battery grip can change the game for you and your subjects, by allowing for a full day of shooting, doubling the life of your original single battery setup, and providing an anchor for grip styles that make shooting in portrait mode that much easier and less awkward. While battery grips come in a variety of shapes, sizes, and styles, they are all meant for one thing: prolonging the shooting abilities of your camera due to larger battery capacity. Most trusted variants will allow for the introduction of another compatible battery into the mix, doubling your shooting time and allowing for greater periods between charges. Alongside this notable upgrade, the grip will also give you much more real estate when shooting, essentially delivering an entirely new area of the camera that will feature its own shutter button, aperture control, and dials that can be easily accessed in a variety of shooting situations. One thing to note though is that the vast majority of battery grips are meant to be paired with a single camera type or model, so be sure to do your research before choosing one. While they might not be the most vital piece of kit, it is always a good idea to have an external flash around, even more so if you are looking to capture that professional in-studio look while you're out and about. There are a number of easily accessible variants on the market today, with their own lists of pros and cons. But one thing is for sure: if you are interested in product and lifestyle photography, portraiture, and even general light manipulation, an external flash is always a welcome addition to any photographer's kit. While most manufacturers tend to slap a couple of lights together into a slave unit and call it a day, there are a few trusted proprietors that have become a mainstay within the industry. These companies are trusted far and wide by both photographers and videographers alike to meet their everyday lighting standards. Everyone understands the necessity of a good camera body, but the vast majority of individuals significantly undervalue the importance of a good lens. While the primary optical element of your camera might not seem like a good investment now, especially since some of the best platforms cost as much, if not more, than a good body. Trust us when we say that you will be utilizing a professional lens for far longer than any specific model of camera. Many of today's top lens manufacturers like Canon, Nikon, Zeiss, Sigma are in a heated battle for fan adoration, but with such strict competition comes even greater acumen. As a result of the constant strife with the lens industry, photographers have been given a wide breadth of choices, far greater than ever before. Whether you are looking for an ultra-sharp portrait lens, a supreme, wide-angle landscape lens, or a closely cropped macro lens with the smoothest bokeh you have ever seen, there is often an affordable choice for everyone. In order to store, archive, and retrieve your photographs at a later date, you need to outfit your camera with a decent memory card. There are a lot of different companies out there that create everything from micro SD cards all the way to monstrous 1 TB storage units that are often the same size as a fingernail, all for the sake of storing and compiling data that is captured during your photographic endeavors. While you can theoretically use a small memory card to store your photos, it is recommended to always have something larger than 32 GB within your kit. This way, you will be able to store around 1,100 raw photos, and even more if you are shooting in JPEG. To be extra safe, we have decided to only touch on 64 GB variants below. While most individuals will grab the first bag they can find, the search for the quintessential photography backpack is often full of unique elements. What kind of compartments do you need for your specific lens quiver? What are the dimensions and weight capacities you need to adhere to in order to fit all of your gear while carrying your everyday tools, wallet, keys, and whatever else you decide to bring along? There is a lot more that goes into bag selection than meets the eye. That being said, there are a number of photography-oriented brands that have made it their mission to provide the community with tailor-made variants that are made of tough, durable materials, great compartmentalization options, and a slew of quality-of-life characteristics that make your life as a shooter that much easier. So guys, if you have a DSLR and if you are looking for some accessories, we hope these recommendations have inspired your next purchase. If you liked the video, give it a thumbs up. Subscribe to this channel for more videos like this, and thank you so much for watching.